Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and tonight we are reviewing the newest drop from Old Forester, unless of course there's a newer one, in which case it's definitely not the newest, but it's pretty new. It's new to me. Today we are uncorking and pouring and swirling and tasting and scoring Old Forester single barrel, barrel strength rye. Will it be awesome and please this guy? Let's find out. Look at what we have here. A bottle oh so green and oh so fine. Thank you to Lifetime Whiskey, Dan and Julie, for this beautiful bottle of Old Forester single barrel, barrel strength rye. This is a Patreon cork pop shout out. This Patreon cork pop shout out goes to a man who is so cool. He's so cool, his initials are AC. And if that didn't make him cool enough, he's an MD. This Patreon cork pop shout out goes out to you, AC Jones, MD. Friggin' AC Jones, MD. That sounds like a TV show. That sounds like a TV show. AC Jones, MD. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. It's like House, or Grey's Anatomy, or The Resident, or Baywatch. It's AC Jones, MD. Little drippy. Old Forester barrel strength single barrel rye. Why does this exist? Because Jackie Zykin is the bizom, the bomb. Jackie Zykin is the shiznits. The shiznats and the shiznuts. The public cries out for a new release from Old Forester, and done. Absolutely done. Everybody loves, and by everybody I mean a lot of people love, Old Forester rye, 100 proof. It was like the first new mash bill from Old Forester in friggin' forever, like so long. We had a hankering, a craving, a little bit of a demand from inside our gigantic stomachs for maybe a little bit more of a high proof offering. Like, can we get that at barrel strength? And Jackie Zykin was like, we've already done that. Because you talk so slow, we put it in production before you even finished your sentence. You attention deficit hyperactive dum-dum. This rye single barrel is 128.1 proof. This particular barrel came from warehouse 6, floor number 3. This singular representation of Old Forester rye is unfiltered and expressly selected from our stocks, distilled and aged in Louisville, Kentucky. Hell yeah. Old Forester is one of the few distilleries to still employ heat cycling throughout our warehouses, forcing the whiskey to move in and out of the barrels throughout the aging process. This process, along with our proprietary mash bill, historic yeast strain, and own cooperage, combined with our uncompromising, that's a lot of syllables, quality standards, produce one-of-a-kind barrels with an exceptional range of flavors. This unfiltered son of a bitch, this unfiltered barrel strength offering is our way of sharing their individual character and celebrating how our whiskey, without an E, matures in oak. I will be selling this Old Forester barrel strength rye on the interwebs, on Spacebook, and it is Crooked Label edition. See how the faux tack strip does not align perfectly with the back label? I believe that is a rarity and worth $16,000. So if you're interested, please send me an email or find me at your nearest 24-hour breakfast restaurant. Swirling and twirling, look at it go so fast in the glass, just getting so dizzy in there. This son of a bitch employs strategies that are tactical and also high in intelligence and malted barley. It is a very barleyed bugger, and that is what makes it stand out from other rye whiskeys. What's the mash bill exactly, Matt? I will put it right here. I'll put the mash bill right here in words with letters and numbers and percentages. And that way you know what it is. I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it right here. Right across my titties. Nosing time. Ooh. That smells like a fresh alcohol salad. Sweet and crisp, a little bit of spearmint, a little bit of green tea, spearmint, green tea, cinnamon. There is a hint of like a toasty oak, a little toasty oak character building in this glass as it pours out of its bulbous bottom and into my giganto nose. The best way to describe the nose on here is crisp. It is crisp. It's like you walk outside on a freezing winter day, and then you know how your nose goes and turns into a bunch of ice crystals? That is sort of the sensation you get while nosing the Old Forester Barrel Strength Single Barrel Rye, but instead of freezing, it just simulates freezing with alcohol. I like the nose so much. Let's pour this barrel strength rye directly into this barrel-sized guy down the hatch. It's a large sip. Wow, chocolate. That is, wow. That whiskey touched every part of my mouth. It violated everything from up here, all the way under my tongue, straight to the back past the flap. Touched everything. Sweet up front, spice action on the back. That's a very viscous rye whiskey. It literally covers the sides of the tongue, and just the entire palate is just hit. It's just hit. I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but it reminds me on the back end of like a little bit of apple cider vinegar. A little bit of whiskeyed up apple cider vinegar on the back end kind of flares up. This isn't the average everyday rye whiskey that you sip and you're like, oh, it's MGP rye 95.5, or like, oh, this is just a bourbon drinker's Kentucky rye. This is different. This is unique. And it's offering different flavors that I'm having trouble putting my tiny little fingers on. Toffee, tobacco, barrel char. The nose was so crisp and bright that I was expecting the palate to mirror that and just light up my life with like floral notes and like a little bit of fruit. But no, it's actually much darker than that. It's much more barrel char and tobacco and like Scoreboard, like the dark toffee, the Scoreboard. I would say that the flavor range is kind of narrow. It's not extra super complex. The flavor window is cracked, where it's just letting through some of these darker notes, some spicy wryness. I got a little bit of caramel apple that time. The last sip, a little bit of caramel apple. The sweetness up front is like a caramel apple before it transitions into the spicy barrel tobacco BH. If you're a fan of Old Forester, if you're a fan of barrel strength rye, if you want to just dip your toes into a different flavor profile that's not your typical rye whiskey, there it is. That's the one. Time to score this Old Forester. Where would I place this on the scale? My enjoyability scale. I do like it. I do like it a lot. Old Forester Single Barrel Strength Rye receives a score tonight from me. World's top whiskey taster, by the way. Still the champ. And still, I give Old Forester Single Barrel Strength Rye a score of rookie score 8.0. 8.0. It's great. It's very good, bordering on great, but I'm going to tip the scale into the great category because I do love this rye, and it is a great rye. It's a great rye whiskey. 8.0, Old Forester Single Barrel Strength Rye, 8.0. That is my score. Suck on it. If you made it this far in the video, I forgot to tell you at the beginning to hit subscribe and hit the thumbs up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up. It helps a lot. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. Bring-a-ling-a-ding-dong. What that does is lets you know when a new video is dropped or when this guy goes live on Friday friggin' night. It's been a good day. Not really. But it's been a good week. Not quite. It has been a nice last 5 minutes have been okay. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. And like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind ongoing Christmas tree shopping. The difference between shopping at Sam's Club and normal shopping is normal shopping when you go with your significant other, normal shopping. It's like, oh, we don't really need that $2 item. We don't really need that $1.98 item. We don't really need that $4 item. And then that adds up. That's regular shopping. Sam's Club shopping is like, oh, we don't need that $24 item, or that $18.99 item, or that $36.99 item. The stuff there that we don't need costs so much more. And now we're sitting on a whole stock of canned chicken. What the fudge am I going to do with canned chicken? Can't even enjoy it.